see the trailer of Tu Ya Main, you feel like, oh, it's a love story from Nala Supara to Bandra. But then this one comes in and everything changes. I love creature films, but believe me, when I saw the trailer, I was like, ye kya ho raha hai? I mean, I thought it's going to be a love story, but this one comes in. How I love creature films, but what is your favorite creature film and how did this come into the picture?
I think Jaws is like my all-time iconic creature feature film, because I think at that time nothing like that existed. It was I think the start of a genre almost. So that and to get a chance to do something like that was something that I didn't want to miss. So yeah.
What about you?
For me, I would say not my all-time favorite, because Jaws is like the most iconic, but Crawl for me is like, I've loved that film, and it was a film that I'd watched when I was reading the script also of Tu Ya Main. That was with alligators, but it was really cool and really like well shot. So I really loved that. And yeah, I mean, then getting to a chance to like do a creature feature and a survival thriller, which we've not done in our generation, was something
I don't even remember. Cool. Yeah,
no,
if we have anything like that. What about you?
I think probably King Kong, the one with Jack Black. I love that. Also Anaconda, the first part.
Oh yes.
I feel like it's got such a big nostalgic value in my life of when I saw Anaconda.
It's not a creature film, but when I saw Birds.
Oh, it's my favorite Hitchcock film. Oh my god.
Yeah. Freaked you out.
I hate crows.
The climax of Birds, I'll never forget.
I will never forget.
Quietly walking out.
Oh my god. It was so scary. I think that is my favorite. But when I go back and watch Jaws, mujhe rubber dikhta hai. Don't you think? I'm like, oh my god, we have come so far. Like now this feels like, what is this?
That was also 1977 or something.
Yeah.
It was very old. I saw it as a kid, but and shooting with a real crocodile, I'm sure it's sedated, but dar to lagta hai, sabko lagta hai.
Yeah, I mean, when we were in Thailand, we went to a crocodile farm where we had to shoot with this crocodile that was kept on, we had recreated the swimming pool tile. So we had taken like a section of the floor just to like get the same tiles, and then we'd done it. It's quite heartbreaking and it's quite sad to see the crocs like that. And all these crocs had like, because there's so many living on the farm together, they all keep snapping at each other. So everybody had like a limb missing. So, one croc had a leg missing, one croc had like part of a tail missing. Yeah. But then I paid attention that even on Nat Geo or Discovery, when you see crocs living in complete natural ecosystems, you see things missing over there as well. So I feel like
they always get into fights.
They're all constantly in each other's territory, and because their vision is not full, so a lot of times they're just looking from their peripheral and they just snap and attack the croc next to them. And because their bite force is amongst the highest in the animal kingdom, there's no way that they won't come out with a limb. So yeah,
so the croc that we shot with also had a limp, right?
Yeah.
So we had to match that for the rest of the
sequence. Just thinking that I don't think kids are going to go back into that swimming pool because it's a phobia, that there's a phobia, right? That there's something underwater.
Yeah.
I've heard about that.
Yeah. That you feel scared when the water is dark. Basically in the nighttime getting into water, I was always scared. In my head, I was thinking Jaws, but yeah, it is scary.
Now you will be thinking croc.
And in the swimming pool, ek jagah to tha safe. That also, now you're telling me that a crocodile can really come up? It's just imagination.
Well, watch the film, you'll know.
It's imagination, right?
Not really.
Don't do this, Anuja. It's like...
Can you imagine we made an entire film and then in the end, we just wake up and they're like,
no, I'm going to come and punch you guys.
You negate the whole film.
Don't do this. No. That will be one popat. Bejoy, what happens with you that you disappear? One movie comes and then Bejoy is gayab because he's assisting Mani Ratnam. Going back and forth. Now you are, well-known director. We love your work. You're well-established. Why do you feel the need of going back and assisting a legend like Mani Ratnam?
Because I don't think that it's a done deal that once you've made films and now you're a director that you've done everything, now you know everything. It's never like that. That's the only way I get to sharpen my skill set as a director. Because when you're a director, you get a chance to maybe direct a film a year, maybe that too, if everything works out. Otherwise, you're just sitting, you're waiting for a chance. You're trying to write and trying to mount. In fact, I keep telling that I spend so much time hustling, trying to get the movie greenlit. The amount of time I spend doing that, I wish I could spend directing a film or writing. So this is my downtime. I do this purely for myself because I get to learn, and I'm glad that he's. In fact, he's last film he said that I don't want any more senior ADs to come. I said that rule does not apply to me. I'm going to still come. So I go, and I'm happy that he allows me to come like that, and because he works with like the best of technicians and the actors, and the way he stages and mounts scenes, it's like you're going to college to learn. So I only look at it like that.
In an interview, you said that you have taken rights of Mani Ratnam film. And you were working, one film.
Yeah, one film.
And you were working on it.
It didn't pan out.
Why?
Multiple reasons. See, I told you about the hustle. It just sometimes doesn't pan out. I came very close to making it.
Can you mention which film it is?
It was Agni Nakshatram, the Tamil film Agni Nakshatram, which was already made in Hindi long time back called Vansh. So I was trying to remake that, but yeah, it didn't.
This hustle that you're talking about, filmmakers, we usually see only the happy side and the bright side. The film is out, coming out, promotion. Tell me about this hustle. What is becoming more and more challenging?
How much time do you have?
In a gist, please.
Well, it's a never-ending hustle, and it's not just for filmmakers. I think it's for every artist. The way the industry is right now, it's so volatile, and you have no idea what's working, what's not working, and that's, if you look at it, the volume has also gone down. You're not really making that many films, and that many things are not really happening right now. So it is a challenging time. So when I say hustle, it's really to get that wagon to move, get that thing to move. So because nobody is able to bet on what kind of stories are working. So there's always too much insecurity, too much doubt. So you have to fight all that and try and convince them, listen, this will work. Let's and then of course budgets, and you have to make sure that things are done in a certain budget. So again, that way I'm very grateful that we got to do a film like this. We had people like Anand sir, Himanshu, and Mr. Bhanushali backing a film like this and letting us mount it to the way, and they didn't let us. At no point did I have to compromise on anything. And they really back me fully for making it. So that way, I feel very fortunate that we're getting an opportunity to do films like this. But the next one is still a challenge. So, yeah.
Hustle. That's what we're going to talk about. Doesn't matter what's your background, where you come from. Hustle is a very big part of our life, whether it's this side or that side. There have been films that were announced with you, didn't make it, came something else, and it has been a waiting period. Shanaya, how difficult has been that waiting period for you? Because all eyes were on you. You had brands, but the films were not coming. What was that like?
When I'm sitting here today, I think it all kind of makes sense why, things happened the way that it did. I'm sitting here with a director like Bejoy sir, with a co-actor like Adarsh, with Anand sir backing a film that I'm part of. It's very important, and I always, tell myself every morning, like, now do you understand,
Mm-hmm.
And in the moment, yes, it is heartbreaking for any young girl, to have a film in your hand one day and literally the next day it just falling through. And especially when the audience is also aware of it, and you have to then explain to people and everyone, when you're going through it alone, it's still, and with just your mom, dad, it's still a little bit easier. It's at home, and it's your close people you can always fall and trust, and you see your highs and lows at home. But when everyone is part of it, it is difficult, it is heartbreaking, but it's very important to still keep your head down and still keep that hustle going, like you said. And keep doing the work. And I think my dad had always told me this, that, maybe right now you're not getting the chance to perform in front of the camera, but you love the craft, and remind yourself why you love it. Go back, take a scene and perform it in front of an audience. Find a place that you can do that. And I did. And once a week I was taking a scene, any scene that inspired me, any scene that I really liked watching on screen as an audience. And I gave it my shot and my take as an actor. And we used to sit like in a huge circle with 30 kids and go in the middle and just sit and just do a scene, and that just reminded me why I love this, this craft. And it just reminded me to stay focused on this and not on the noise. Because I think what's meant to be will be, and your time will come when it has to. And maybe right now it just wasn't my time. Yeah. And I'm happy. And the moment maybe I wasn't being able to retrospect like how I am right now, but now it kind of all makes sense.
Yeah, the plan.
Yeah, you can make all the plans, but it's all written, and sometimes you just have to go with the flow. And I think that's something that I really learned in that period of 5 years. And I'm happy, because I think that experience really changed me as a person, of course. And I think somewhere it helped me crack into characters also very differently. When I've gotten finally a chance to play these characters, there is a sense of experience of going through something very small. But as an actor, I think experiences always make your craft also better, because you have something to tap into.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Adarsh, coming from a small town like Jamshedpur, I'm from there. So I know exactly how it is. Coming from there and making it so big here in the film industry, we are very proud of you as a Jamshedpurian. And tell me about that little boy who played the young Shah Rukh Khan. How did that happen? And when you look back, does that choke you up?
I did not ever imagine that I would have the kind of opportunities that I've had in the past few years, or be where I am in life, with regards to whatever money I've made, whatever I've been able to make out of my career. I got into singing when I was very young, when I was 5 or 6, and that's all I knew for the longest period of time. I wasn't interested in anything else except for running. I was good at athletics, so I was singing and athletics. Acting actually happened completely by accident when I moved to Mumbai. It wasn't part of the plan. But when it started happening, and the more I did it, the more I was fascinated by it, and the more I started getting consumed by it. Maybe because I've always been like a slightly strange kid in that sense. I've not because like I've not been like a really popular guy in school, or like, been one of those. I've always been a bit confused about mostly my identity, about who am I, where do I come from, where do I even belong. As you said, like I moved to Mumbai when I was 12, when I couldn't even speak in English, and I had a very thick accent when I spoke in Hindi. So got dragged.
Accent.
हम बता रहे हैं ना तुमको. So it was that, and I went to, well, I have to call it a fancy school, because my parents had to really kind of push the envelope to afford it. And it had girls, and I went to Loyola, which was a boys' school.
Same
so it was
Loyola, but I was co-ed.
Yeah, so it was so much like change from where I came from, but I couldn't be more grateful to just life happening, and just been surprised with life. And honestly, I've never really had a plan about where I want to be or what I want to do. I've just believed in just staying true to who I am and doing everything for a deeply personal reason and for nothing else.
But tell me, how did My Name Is Khan happen?
Well, I was actually singing in Kala Ghoda Festival in 2008, which is crazy, because I'm going to be performing at Kala Ghoda in 2 days. Yeah. And I'm going to be performing my first song as a singer. And it's...
Yeah.
Wow.
Life comes full circle.
So 2008, I was at Kala Ghoda singing Vande Mataram.
And how old were you?
I was 14, not even 14. And I used to actually be a singer for Rael Padamsee's play called Freedom, which was a children's play. And a lot of these kids from town were the actors. And then there was me, who was this kid from Jamshedpur, who they were really fascinated by, all these kids from town. That was like a specimen for them.
Oh.
And they were very entertained by me. Anyway, let's cut to the chase. So like in one of these performances, it was at Kala Ghoda, where I was noticed by this woman called Nazli Karim Bhoy, who used to work with Rael Padamsee. And I don't know why she asked me if I wanted to act after I sang.
She must have seen something.
I don't
Like
know.
randomly.
Yeah.
She saw you on stage after shoot.
Yeah, I it's not like I'm a great performer on stage. You know, I have a lot of stage fear, and I usually just stand in one place and shut my eyes and pretend like I'm singing to myself. I don't look at anybody in the audience. I'm terrified, and that's exactly how I sang. Even then, I just shut my eyes and I sang. And I don't know why she asked me if I want to act. And I said yes because I was 14. That's literally why.
And then you met Shah Rukh Khan?
No, I never met. I met Shah Rukh Khan 2 years ago. Finally.
And did you tell him I'm that
Yes,
boy?
I did tell him. He was what? He was like, "You're that guy." Yeah, it was insane because, you know, I remember the moment when I saw him. I was actually at Pratiksha, and she was also there that day, but we weren't friends back then.
Okay.
But I remember seeing Shanaya.
Yeah.
I mean, she's grown up around, but that night she was, you know, Shah Rukh sir was by himself, and he was talking to really people who weren't famous. Like, you know, even before he spoke to me, he was speaking to somebody else, and I was like, who's that person? I've never seen him. I mean, you know, he could be hanging out with anybody. Everybody was there at that party. But I somehow summoned the courage. I walked up to him, and I was going to open my mouth, and he just launched into this thing where he was like, "Main tere ko batata hu tu kaun hai." And he, yeah, and he started talking about guns and gulabs, which was really crazy. Because how does he have the time? Like this man who sleeps for 4 hours and works for 18 hours, and you know, and then also is such a great father, and you know, and everything. And I was just like, how does he have the time to know who I am or like watch Guns and Gulabs? But he did, and he described my character to me in great detail, and I was so shocked by what was happening that, you know, I was obviously like, I was completely teary-eyed, but I couldn't have any response to it because I didn't imagine this to be played like this. So I just remember at the end, I was just like, "Sir, can I just give you a hug, like a really tight hug?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course." And, you know, and he spoke to me for half an hour or 40 minutes in a party where he could have spoken to anybody.
And that's Shah Rukh Khan.
And Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah. You know, coming back to the film, you know, it's a very Gen Z film in a sense that where we are talking of collabs, social media, followers, how much that rule your life, each of you, social media, because now actors are not just actors, they are also influencers. And they are also personalities on social media. You're supposed to have a certain following. You're supposed to be seen wearing this, wearing that, spotted, all of that. And then in between all that, you are an actor. Tell me what does that mean? I know it's a noise, but you have to do it. And how stressful is that? Like for me, just putting out myself out there where I know I have to is very stressful. Like it takes a toll on me. What about both of you?
I don't, for me, social media, I have my fun with it. I don't take it as a stress or that it's taking a toll on me. I genuinely have a good time on Instagram, and I show a side that I'm comfortable showing. And I, of course, do have my, you know, private life, and there are certain things that maybe I'm not comfortable sharing, but what I am, you know, happy to share and happy to have fun with. I think it's a great way for me to connect to, you know, the audiences and to see what they have to say, what they're feeling. It's also a very positive side. Like I'm today sitting and I can communicate about my film to so many people and have so much fun with it and see the love that they are creating, like the reels they've created on our song and the effort that they've put in behind all of that. It's so overwhelming. So I genuinely I look at, you know, that side of social media, and like it's each to its own, and whenever you do feel overwhelmed, because of course you can, it's not like you can't, you know, I take a step back. I kind of switch off a little bit, maybe give, you know, social media a bit of a break, and then I'm, you know, back at it again. But I don't take it too seriously. I just have fun. I'm feeling this today. I want to post it. I want to share it. I do that. I don't have like a team behind sitting and telling me, okay, this is what you should and what you shouldn't. It's just a part of me that I would like to show and connect to with my audiences.
What about you, Adarsh?
Same actually. Yeah, pretty similar to what she said. Yeah.
So just for fun.
Yeah, just for fun to, you know, I used to be putting a lot of my singing stuff over the last couple of years to just promote myself as a singer. and brand stuff that helps him pay my bills. And yeah,
I think before White Tiger, I actually saw you singing first.
Really?
I heard you singing first, and I was like blown.
Yeah,
I'd seen your promos and everything, but I'd not seen the film.
Yeah.
But I heard you sing. I was like, oh, this guy can sing also. So beautifully. He sings
Yeah.
so beautifully.
And you have sang to 3 songs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I've rapped 2 and sang 1.
One just came
Wow.
out yesterday.
Yeah.
Which he co-composed.
Wow, that's amazing. So both the careers going parallel now.
I hope so. Yeah, I definitely want to. I want to start doing live shows. I feel like I got a taste of it at Lola, and I just realized how much I missed it. Because when I was in college, I had my band. I had Oak Island and Steep Sky before that. So we were used to performing at smaller venues, Blue Frog, Hard Rock, College Fest, etc. But to perform at Lola in front of thousands of people on such a massive stage where Linkin Park also performed, I was just like, I need to be doing this more often. I want to be feeling like this more often. And I, for some reason, also did not shut my eyes for too long and sing. I somehow gathered the courage to look at people and sing to them.
Wow,
Yeah.
a person who has stage fear.
It's changing. I feel like acting is giving me the confidence to be myself as a singer on stage.
Yeah. And also when you sing for films, actors have spoken about, and not actors, musicians have spoken about how it gets reach a saturation point because you have to meet deadlines. We spoke to Javed ji, we spoke to Shankar Mahadevan. They have come up with a app, Gungunalo, where it is, it is for the artists to come and make anything they want. And we also have Arijit Singh. He has become a legend, and he has quit playback singing. While I'm actually happy for that because we get to see more of him in other ways. But what is your take on it and how that can drain an artist?
I just, about Arijit, I just feel like he's one of the most authentic artists that I know because he doesn't really care about being in the news, being relevant. He's somebody who just comes, does his job, and then goes to Murshidabad and roams around in his Activa. And even if Ed Sheeran has to come and meet him, he has to come to Murshidabad. More power to artists like that who can be so real and so original and not conform to norms. That's the kind of artist I aspire to be. Completely support his decision. He must have his own reasons. But also yesterday or day before, I was reading that he's opening his own production house and he wants to produce and direct,
Yes.
which I'm really excited
He's
about.
already working on it.
Yeah.
He's turning into a filmmaker, but that film has been announced long back.
Right.
And he has been working on it. Yes.
Yeah, super excited about this new journey. I'm so curious about the kind of stories that Arijit Singh wants to tell, because he's such a rooted person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at Vishal sir started as a music composer.
Yeah.
And suddenly then he became this phenomenal filmmaker.
Absolutely. And all I want to say is all the very best for this film. It's looking great. And I think he's my favorite. And I'm going to wait for him. But thank you so much. Thank you guys for talking to us.
Thank you so much.